I stand before you, the people of the United States of America and of Canada and all of North America, and I stand accused of conspiracy. I stand accused of making a plan to take out Eric Sprague. I stand accused of making a plan of hiring a no-good little punk and paying him $25 to imitate poor old busted-up stallion Joe Savoldi. I stand accused before you of then having the Undertakers come out and having the phony Joe Savoldi go back to the dressing room. Having already gotten the trust of the dynamic duo, having already fooled Victor Steamboat, having already flown the real Joe Savoldi out to Las Vegas, of then switching the mask and the leather jacket and even the sneakers and the sweatpants with the phony Joe Savoldi. I stand accused of then coming back out to the ring and knocking Phil Apollo over the head with my telephone. The same type of telephone that laid out Jim Cornette on national TV. The same type of telephone that laid out Paul Ellering on national TV. The same type of telephone that defeated the Road Warriors 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the Omni. I stand before you people accused, and if you people are the judge of Paul E. Dangerously, I hereby enter my plea of guilty. So hang me, if you will, because I'm not in it by myself. I searched around the world when I left the NWA, and I said, Paul E. Dangerously, if you're ever going to be at the top of the mountain again, you're going to have to fight the greatest team that God ever put on the face of this great earth. So I contacted Loverboy Dennis Condrey, whom I scaled to the top of the mountain with before, against Jim Cornette's Midnight Express with the AWA World Tag Team Championship. And I said, Loverboy Dennis, it's time that we find ourselves a real partner. Not the type that you had with Beautiful Bobby, not the type that you had with Ravishing Randy. I mean a real partner. And I said, I used to manage this guy named Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And he had this younger brother. He was a problem child in the Gilbert household. He always used to beat up his older, smaller, not as tough brother, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. He used to beat up his own daddy, Tough Tommy Gilbert, a real legend in the state of Tennessee and all throughout the South, one of the toughest men that ever walked into the ring. This problem child is only 20 years old. This problem child weighs 265 pounds of unadulterated badness. This problem child's name is the Hitman Doug Gilbert. This problem child on his first night with the Lethal Weapon Dennis Condrey DDT Tommy Rogers of the Fantastics and put his head right through the mat. They went to Japan together, lasted 2 weeks before they were banned on a 4-week tour. And I said, Loverboy Dennis, this is the man that I want to bring into the wrestling world. This is the man that I want to use in my ploy to take down the dynamic duo, the International Tag Team Champions. Because you see, Phil Apollo, I didn't like it when you and Eric Sprague came to the NWA and you didn't let me manage you. I didn't like the fact that you wouldn't give me 1/3 of your money. And as for you, Victor Steamboat, how does it feel to go home to Hawaii or to Charlotte, North Carolina, and see your beloved mother and look at her right in the eye and say, Mama, I was fooled by a 24-year-old psycho yuppie. Mother, I'll never be half the son to you that my older brother Ricky, the true success in the family, was. How does it feel, Victor, to be a 100% miserable, stinking, rotten failure? You make me sick. As for you, Phil Apollo, you got one chance. You got a chance to get out of the ICW now. You have an excuse. You've been hit by the same telephone that has taken out legends. The Lethal Weapons are the new ICW Tag Team Champions, Loverboy Dennis Condrey and Hitman Doug Gilbert. And 1990 is not going to be a year for Paulie Dangerously to come out here and say, yeah, it's time to live dangerously. Oh, no, not anymore. Because now with Dennis and Doug on my side, it's time to be lethal.
From From the moment the Lethal Weapons came into the ICW, you knew they wanted the ICW Tag Team Champions, the Dynamic Duo. They showed up at the Duos matches. They got into an all-out brawl with Apollo and Spracia following a ringside interview.
These guys ain't going nowhere. They're coming right out of Florida. They wanted them, they got them. All right, you've been waiting, ladies and gentlemen, and now you have it. The Lethal Weapons in the center of the ring, and right now the tag team champions of the ICW involved with them. As we got it into the Larry Space. Ooh, out onto the convoy. And convoy is cement what it is. It's a cement stuff. Apollo, and we've got action right now. You see that man Doug Gilbert, he's working on Eric Space. He heads for the hot down. Look at this. He's got the rubber boy getting from. He's got a so yes, he's going to look at up there. He's going to go to the territory right there. As you see, Apollo now. Look at it. So Richard. I love it. Fabulous Phil Apollo just broke the chair and Dennis Condrey. And it's at the table. That place is going wild. Check it out. We talked about a tag team matchup. We didn't talk about now. Oh, my agent just moved that. I'm jumping into a table. Dennis Condrey flying over the top of the ring. This is unbelievable. This man is out of the league. Rubber boy Dennis Condrey. Everything's going wild here in the ICW. Apollo
They viciously put Eric Spracia in the hospital. And then, when the title tag team shot came, with Joe Savoldi in the corner of the Dynamic Duo, the most despicable man in professional wrestling was about to make his appearance to help the Lethal Weapons. As Apollo and Vic Steamboat, substituting for the injured Eric Spracia, battled the Lethal Weapons, Joe Savoldi chased the uninvited Undertakers back to the dressing rooms. We pick up the action as Joe Savoldi returns to the Dynamic Duo's corner.
Good the end. It's the follow of the Scorpion Deathmark. He's got him. Hey, one, two. Hey, that's not Savoldi. Paulie dangerously. Paulie dangerously just hit with a telephone. The telephone. And Victor Steamboat is out and look. We got one dangerously. We have won the tag team belts and now
the Lethal Weapons and their sorry excuse for a manager, Paul E. Dangerously, had stolen the tag team belts from Apollo and Steamboat. They had put Eric Spracia and Joe Savoldi in the hospital, and they enjoyed it. Next week, here on the ICW, the rematch for the ICW Tag Team Championship. The Lethal Weapons, managed by Paul E. Dangerously, versus Apollo and Steamboat. It won't be just a title match. It'll be a street fight. Next week, here on International Championship Wrestling.
Available on all streaming platforms. It's professional wrestling's greatest, largest, privately owned wrestling library. All the classic hits, flips, slams, and pins of yesteryear are on one place. It's Ultimate Classic Wrestling. Check out the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Mr. USA Tony Atlas, Tito Santana, Rick Martel, a who's who of professional wrestling's greatest spotlight stars ever to grace the squared circle, all in one place. Grab the best seat in the house for memories and mayhem on Ultimate Classic Wrestling.